All right, my friends. Good morning. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Thanks very much, Joni. Thank you. Excellent. I'm just going to put on my little hearing thing. Thanks very much, Joni, for remembering. I appreciate it. All right. We'll get started on our back. So lying in a comfortable position. Couple choices. One is knees bent, feet flat on the floor. That's a position called constructive rest. And if your low back is a little tender, that could be a nice position to start in. I even like to place a bolster underneath the knees. Second option is just legs straight. You might place that bolster underneath the knees for a little bit of gentle support, but this lengthens the back a little bit more. So you choose what feels best for you. Knees bent or legs long. Go ahead, if it feels okay, close the eyes. Let the mouth open and let's start with a nice full release of the breath together. So full breath in through nose. Exhale, soft, gentle sigh out the mouth. That's it. Let it go. Again, inhale through nose. Exhale out the mouth. Yeah, beautiful. One more breath just like that. You've got it. Start now to invite your breath in and out of the nostrils. And as you breathe softly here in and out of the nostrils, find a little bit of space between lips and teeth. See if you might be able to invite in a small, really gentle smile to play on the corners of the lips. And then let's take a little bit of time softening downward into the earth. Let the shoulders shrug down and away from the ears. Feel how the lower jaw can slacken, release a little bit away from the upper jaw. Maybe even tipping the chin in just slightly towards the chest to relax the jaw. Good. And then with this increased sense of ease, let's invite in now our full diaphragmatic breath. So breathing in and out of the nose. Feel as you inhale, the belly rise, the ribs expand outward. As you exhale, the ribs gather in, belly draws inward. So on the inhale, the expansion, widening and opening. And on the exhale, that very soft, gentle return to center. Take time to feel the breath moving in the body. And to notice the rhythm that you can establish here with your breath as you take this time to focus on the breath itself. Now, as you continue to breathe like that, I invite you now to begin to set your samkalpa, your intention for practice today. Now, to set your samkalpa, ask yourself this question: what quality would I like to invite into my practice today? What quality would I like to cultivate in this practice today? Today, the answer might be around strength or coming back to your body. Maybe something else. Now, whatever answer for you begins to rise up, to bubble up, begin to set that as your samkalpa, as your intention for practice today. So see that word or that phrase in your mind's eye. And now let's begin to invite in the feeling of that samkalpa, the feeling of that intention through the body. And we can set our samkalpas together with the breath. So please first exhale, release out all the breath. Just let it go. Big breath out. Beautiful. And then inhale, draw your samkalpa through. Exhale, soft, gentle release out the mouth. Let it go. Again, inhale, draw that samkalpa through. Exhale, little release to let go. Yeah, beautiful. One more breath, just like that. So with that samkalpa, that intention set, let's start now to move the body. Start with a little wiggle of fingers, little wiggle of toes. Let the head, the neck roll just a little from side to side. So just a little gentle movement. And then as you feel ready, let's go for a big, long stretch. Now, if you, like me, have a bolster, you can just kick it out of the way. Extend those legs long, reach the arms up, big, full body morning stretch here, maybe even yawn. And then let's do a side lateral stretch. So upper body from the waist to the fingers leans over to one side. Go ahead and let those legs follow as well. So you've got that nice sort of C or banana shape. Nice big breath here. This gets into the side ribs. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, go ahead, walk back through center and then do your side. So the lateral stretch to the other side, upper body first, then lower body. Maybe crisscrossing ankles, nice big breath as you do. Yeah, good. And then as you're ready, come on back through center. Interlace the fingers, press palms up towards the ceiling or maybe the back wall if that feels okay. Another little tug out through the heels, take a breath. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, let's undo the hands, arms come down beside you. Start to slowly bend the knees. Let's draw those knees towards the chest. Hands on kneecaps. We'll start with some gentle circles here. Now, keeping the hands and the knees together. Move slowly. So half the circle's the inhale, the other half is the exhale. So slow, gentle movement. Slow, gentle breath. You've got it. Yeah. And then just take a little pause and switch directions. You've got it. So really common in the morning for us to feel stiffness, soreness, pain in the low back. This is one of the best things we can do to create space in the lumbar spine, that low back area, knees to chest. Now we can come into our hip circles, hands on knees. Go ahead, separate the knees, push them away from the chest, away from each other. Then exhale back in toward the chest, back toward each other. So nice big full circles here. If you've got any neck or shoulder stiffness, notice you can also add in a movement of the mouth, the jaw, so that as you inhale, the mouth opens a little bit. And as you exhale, the mouth closes a little bit. That sends a little message down through jaw, neck, shoulders to release. Good. And then go ahead and switch directions. So just warming up the body here. Within each of our movable joints, we have synovial fluid. When we do movements like this, it helps those joints move more easily. Now we're going to come into our ankles or wrists. So reach up arms and legs now. Start by pointing and flexing. You'll get lots of cricks and cracks. That's okay. It's just the air in the joint. And then a little wave side to side. Good. And then circles. So rolling your hands and your feet in a little circle in one direction. And then rolling the hands and the feet in another direction. Good. And go ahead and squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release, and then shake it all out. Yeah, beautiful. Give yourself another little hug, another little cuddle. Yeah, lovely. Okay, we're going to do some arm movements to warm up the shoulders now. Couple of options. Option one is just to be exactly perfectly as you are, lying on your back with your head support. Option two, and this increases the stretch for the shoulders a little bit, you can build yourself a heart bed position. And what I mean by that, I'm just coming up to seated so I can show you. I have my thick block at the top of the mat, and then I can angle my bolster downward. So what this really ends up being, if you can see me, I bring my bum right to the edge and lean back, is I'm in a position where already I have an opening of the chest. If you've got quite stiff shoulders, this might be helpful for you. I also like to use my head support right here again. Now, if you're building that heart bed and you think, I don't really know what this is, let me know. I'm very happy to come around and give you a hand. You've got it. Okay, now, however you are, let's start by gently nodding the head up and down. And as you gently nod the head up and down, we start to release some of the muscles on the side of the neck that can get kind of strained, especially if we spend time in a head forward position. I'm just coming over to turn the music down a bit. Notice you can also do this with a softness in the jaw. So you might even bring the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth or just to the back row of the teeth. Yeah, good. Now here's our motions that we'll start with. Please bring fingertips together. I'll show you standing so you can all see me. Elbows are bent. As you inhale, reach the arms just up over the head a little bit. As you exhale, glide and slide those hands back to the heart. That's it. So moving with breath, inhaling to lift up. and exhaling back. Good. Notice, especially if there is pain or tension, there might be a little tendency for the chin to lift up here. See if you can really root in with the back of the head, and that'll allow for a gentle, gentle release here. Yeah. Good. Let's do one or two more like that. Just soft and gentle. Good. And then bring the hands back to the heart, so just over the chest. Now we're going to do arms out to the side. As you inhale, arms go out to the side, deeper stretch. Exhale, arms back together. So just like little wings, inhale, arms open. And exhale, arms come back. You got it. Good. Soft and gentle. If you spend a lot of time sitting, like at a computer or doing hobbies like knitting, for example, this can be great. Thank you. Watching TV, another great hobby. Yes, absolutely. All of that brings us in a forward, sort of rounded position. This is so wonderful because it counteracts that. You might even be able to feel a stretch around the front of the shoulders, the pectoral muscles here. Good. Excellent. Good. Okay, we're going to try another one here. Bring those arms up again. Now, what I'd like you to do, please, is bring the right arm down just beside you. Keep the left arm up. And we're going to do a little nerve gliding here. As you inhale and open the left arm out to the side, turn your head as if you're looking over to the right. So that increases the stretch for the left side. And then exhale, bring it back up. So on the inhale, you're opening, turning the head, deepening that stretch, and exhaling back. This can be helpful if you are one of those folks that tends to get that pain, that sort of nerve pain down the arm, the side of the arm, around the deltoid even. This is a great nerve flossing, it's called. So it actually releases the pressure on that nerve. We're going to do one or two more. And then go ahead and bring the arm down, head back through center. Shoulders roll up, back and down. Just notice if you feel a difference from side to side. And then we'll do the opposite. So the right arm comes up, left arm is down. As you inhale, turn your head as if you're looking over to the left, right arm out to the side. Exhale back. Just go with your breath. So really common, normal for us to move, slightly different paces. Yeah. This is a wonderful one to do in bed at night if you've got that real strong neck shoulder pain. You can even actually do this one seated. So if you're, say, at work or in a position where you kind of can't lie down, you can do this seated as well. You got it. Let's do one or two more. One or two more. Yeah, awesome. Okay, and then go ahead and bring the arm down. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. And here's the final one that we're going to do. We're going to do a sort of circle. Let's start with the arms up, and I'll show you standing just so you can all see me again. So the arms are going to come up, and we're going to do a big circle out to the side. Palms are up, and then forward. And then we'll try that again. Bringing the arms up, palms are down. And then we open out, palms are up, and then they come back. And we again turn palms down, reach arms up, and over and up. Yeah, you got it. Good. And then go ahead, reverse. Go ahead, reverse. Yeah. Keep those elbows nice and soft. The shoulders, when they get a little tense, they can get a little crunchy. This is a great way to relieve them. Yeah, one or two more. Everyone's got it. Yes. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. And then go ahead, bring the arms down by your side. Take a little pause. Let those shoulders roll up, back and down. Good. All right, my friends in heart bed, you're going to come off your heart bed. You're going to lie on the ground, and we're going to start our core work. So I'm taking the bolster off to the side. I no longer need it. I'm taking my chip foam block underneath my bum. If you still want a chip foam block for your head, you've got a second one there that you can use. And then we'll start with, so this chip foam block underneath the bum. Feel free to still use head support if it's helpful for you. And then bring the arms up, bring the legs up. All right, we're going to start with our opposite arm, opposite leg movement. Please have the knees a little bit bent. Please have the elbows a little bit bent. We'll do right arm, left leg. Inhale, right arm up over the head, left leg away. And then shh, come on back. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And shush it back. So we're inhaling through the nose. And on the exhale, it's an audible SH breath. What that does is helps to engage the deepest belly muscle called transverse abdominis, sometimes referred to as the corset muscle. It helps us draw the ribs together, also helps to draw the pelvic floor muscles up, and helps to engage the deep back muscles. Yeah, you've got it. Good. I'm going to do one more side to side. Go with your breath here. Excellent. Okay, then take a little pause. You can bring your knees in towards the chest or bring feet onto the ground and do windshield wiper knees. So for whatever for you feels like more of a break. Great. Okay, now I'm going to go a little deeper into this. Take, please, your thick block, so the turquoise block. I'm going to place it between the palms. So you're holding it by pressing the palms into it. Let's just start first, feet onto the ground. And the motion with the arms is going to be inhale, arms come up over the head to wherever feels comfortable. As you exhale, arms come back. We can just try that 3 times. Inhaling, arms lift up, getting that long, long torso. Exhale back. And one more. Good. Okay, now I'm going to show you the first variation. We're just in our first class of the new year. Feel free to choose this one. What the first variation, a little gentler, is as you inhale, bring those arms up over your head. The right foot lifts up, knee towards the chest. As you exhale, arms come back, foot comes down. We can try the left side. Inhaling, left foot up. And let's all try this together. Arms up over the head. Exhale, bring it back. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, okay. Good. Okay, now, if that feels amazing and you think, Jules, it is January the 5th, 2026, I am ready for more. I am not going to spoil your joy. And here's what it could be. And if you look at this and you think that is in no way my joy, please go back to option 1. Option 2 is knees up, feet up, and also that block is up. And as you inhale, bring the block up over your head, you extend that right leg long towards the ground. And then you bring it back. And then you do the left side, extend it long, arms up over the head, and you bring it back. If your back is tender today, I do not suggest doing this variation. I suggest doing the other variation where you lift up one foot and then the other. We have lots of time together over the next few months. We do not need to go farther than is right for our body today. So you're going to choose your option and please do one more each side. Strong shush breath. Keep that rhythm, movement and rhythm of breath. Beautiful. Last one. Yes. Okay. Take the block down. Either bring knees in towards the chest or do windshield wiper knees. See what feels better for you. Good. If that block isn't feeling good underneath your bum, you can just let it go and just have nothing. Yeah. Yeah. You can just get it out of the way if it's not working for you. Okay. Now, the next one we'll do, so we're going to continue with some core work, is legs up. And we'll work with some widening of the legs first. So just legs right out to the side. There's your inhale. And then as you exhale, you bring those legs back. So just that. Inhaling out wide. Exhale back. Good. 2 more. Good. Beautiful. 1 more. Okay, now we're going to add in rotation now. I'm just going to change my position so everyone can see me. We're going to do an external and internal rotation of the hips to get into our hip strength. So here's what I mean by that. Starting with the legs together, legs up. Turn the feet out. So heels sort of are in, toes are out. There's your inhale. That's external rotation. On the inhale, turn toes in, knees roll in, internal rotation. So coming out on external rotation, very slow. Coming in, internal rotation, very slow. Keep going here. And what you might notice, and it is not unusual, is one hip has more internal rotation. One hip has more external rotation. Good. Let's do one or two more. This is so good for building core strength and hip strength. Beautiful work. Yes, everyone's got it. Good. You got it. And then go ahead, bring the feet down. And you can press down, lift up your bum, remove that foam chip block. Give yourself a nice little cuddle or windshield wiper knees, whatever feels best. Yes, beautiful. Good. Lovely. Okay, now we're going to change our position. So please take a little roll over to the side and come meet me for spinal wave. So that might be hands and knees. If your knees are sensitive, but you still like to be on the knees, you can use the chip foam block underneath the knees for padding. If you want to be on the knees, but you know, oh, my wrists aren't really that happy with it, you can go onto fists or you can grab a bolster. So whichever you prefer. Let's start with spinal wave. So we're rounding the spine, head drops down. There's our exhale. And then on the inhale, tailbone tilts up, shoulders back, gazes forward. Go with breath. So we're just going to take our time with this. And returning to the movement that we know well. That helps us to create space in each of the spinal discs and their joints. This type of movement, so good to do every day. Yeah, beautiful. You've got it. Yes. Let's do one or two more. One or two more. Good. Yeah. And then from here, let's find child's pose. So for this, you can either have your knees together or wide apart, truly doesn't matter. Can grab a head support. I love to do that. Perhaps a block to support the forehead. Or if it feels comfortable coming all the way down, by all means, of course, you're welcome to. Child's pose, just like drawing those knees in towards the chest on the back we did before. One of the very, very best ways for us to support our back health, to create space in the spine. So take your time here with breath and notice if you can really feel in this moment the ribs expanding as you inhale, as the breath is drawn in, and the ribs gathering back in as you exhale. So feeling that movement of breath, that real internal massage that you can offer yourself here. Yeah, beautiful. Good. That's it. Let's take another couple of breaths just like that. It might feel good to rock the head a little bit from side to side. Yeah, beautiful. That's it. One more breath. Yeah, lovely. Okay, now from here, we're going to make our way down onto our tummy. So take your time coming all the way down onto the tummy. You don't need any props for this, just coming all the way down. Oh, yeah. Good. Diving down, yes. Okay, we're going to start with our cobra. So fingers are spread. Try and slide your hands back. Now, it doesn't matter how wide the hands are on the mat, but we want to try and get those elbows back a little bit to work with our upper back strength. Tuck the chin in. And then as you inhale, start to lift the chest up. So you're looking on the ground in front of you. As you exhale, start to tuck the chin, lower yourself part way down, part way down. So we're going to work with a bit of core strength here. Tug back through the elbows. Come onto the fingertips, so less weight in the hands. Inhale. And then exhale, come all the way down. Good. So that's our flow. We're going to do that 5 times today. Inhale, start to lift up. Exhale, lower down part way, chin is slightly tucked. Tug back through the elbows, come onto the fingertips, maybe even lift palms up if that feels okay. And then exhale, lower back down. You've got it. Let's do another. Inhale, start to lift. Exhale, lower down part way, chin is tucked. Tug back through the fingers, come onto fingertips or lift palms. and exhale down. Now we're going to do two more. This next one, we're going to lift up the right leg as you're ready. Inhale, start to lift up as well. Lift up that right leg a little bit. Exhale, lower down part way, just as before. Tug back through the fingers, maybe lift palms up. Inhale, right leg is still lifted. Exhale, lower down. That's it. Last time, left leg lifted. Inhale, start to lift up. Left leg lifted just a little bit. Exhale, lower down partway. Tug back through the fingers, maybe lift palms up. And exhale down. You got it. Good. Okay, please crisscross your forearms, turn your cheek. Bend the knees, let the lower legs sway from side to side. Yeah, beautiful. Good. Excellent. Now from here, I'm going to make our way back into child's pose. Unless you found child's pose not so comfortable, if you found child's pose not so comfortable, you just stay here for another few breaths. Child's pose feels okay. You're going to slide your hands back. Come up through hands and knees. Find your child's pose for a rest. If it doesn't feel so good today, you're just staying in your tummy for a little while longer. So always, always, we've got choice. Ah, good. Yeah, beautiful. You've got it. Let's take two more breaths. Great. Okay. Now, please come meet me on hands and knees again. We're going to do a little bit of hip strength work from hands and knees. And what it is, so I'm going to show you from front and from side. So from front, what it is, hands and knees, neutral spine. I'm going to keep the knees on the ground, but move the lower leg out to the side, right side, and then bring it back in. We're going to do that 5 times. So lower leg goes out to the side. Exhale, bring it back in. That's it. So this movement, it's internal rotation of the hip. For many of us that have low back pain, if we increase the muscles that support internal rotation, it'll actually reduce our back pain. We don't do a whole lot of internal rotation. Do a lot of external rotation. Yeah, Linda. Sciatica is actually back pain. Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah, let's do the other side. Out to the side on the inhale and exhale back. Yeah, I'll get into it in just a moment. And again, about 5 times. And don't worry about how far you go, but you're trying to keep the pelvis still so that it's really just the leg moving. Yeah, everyone's got it. Yes, that's it. Good. Last one. Good. Okay, and then just take a little rest, take a pause. So that might be child's pose, it might be sat, it might be something else. It truly, truly doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm going to bring Mr. Fred over so I can talk about sciatica because that was a question that came up. So all you need to do, my friends, I'm going to be talking for probably the next 2 minutes, is you just find yourself a comfortable way to be. Doesn't matter where you are. I'm moving Fred, or full name Alfred, our skeleton, to the front. Linda was asking about sciatica and is it a back issue? Yes, it is. So the sciatic nerve is the largest nerve in the body. It originates right around here, L4, L5. Where is that for you? If you were to reach back and feel your lowest ribs, and walk down a little bit, that's where it is. So the sciatic nerve originates out from L4, L5, and then comes out this little thing here, which is called the greater sciatic notch. The greater sciatic notch. Now, where is that? The butt. So if you've ever experienced sciatica as a pain in a butt, that's why. Because it is about the width of your finger there, like it's big, or sorry, your thumb. And then it comes all the way down the back of the leg, still that same width, splits into 2 in the back of the knee, and then goes all the way to the inside and the outside of your foot. So sciatica is wild in that we can feel symptoms in the back, in the butt, in the leg, in the toes. So the majority of sciatic nerve pain actually comes from something happening around L4, L5. So when we do, you know how I make you do all that core stuff on your tummy, or sorry, on your back, the opposite leg stuff and all of the things I know you love. The reason is it strengthens a muscle group called the multifidus. They're crisscross muscles. When they get strong, it protects the sciatic nerve from being pressed upon. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's weird. You can feel it in different places. Yeah. So you have it both sides. Aren't you lucky? Yeah. Yeah, so the work that we do when we're doing this kind of stuff, this internal work of the hip, that's really helpful for sciatica. Anytime we're doing strength work for the hip, that's helpful. Anytime we're doing opposite arm, opposite leg work, anytime we're doing cobra work, that's helpful as well. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Linda. All right, I'll just move Fred off to the side here. Yeah, anytime questions come up like that, do ask because we're never given a handbook for our bodies, are we? Yeah. In Linda's honor, we are going to do a little bit for sciatica right now. Please come back onto your hands and your knees. Okay. Now we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg movement from tabletop. So we already did this on on our backs. It was great. Now we're going to do it on hands and knees. Extend the right arm forward, keep the fingertips on the ground. Extend the left leg behind you, keep the toes on the ground. Now you're going to feel a little uneven here. So, can you, with your left hip, roll the hip down a little bit, and that'll help to even you out? Yes. Now try this with me. Take a breath to inhale, and then trying to keep your torso stable. Exhale and shh. Bring in, slide the knees, slide the fingers on the ground. Inhale, slide them out. Exhale, shh, slide them back. Inhale, slide them out. So we're working those deep back muscles. Exhale, slide them in. One more time. Inhale, slide them out. Exhale, slide them in. Good. Okay, switch sides. So left fingertips forward, right toes back. Now you're going to feel that sort of leaning off to the side. So that right hip, roll it down. Roll it down. Here's your inhale. Bring it in. Inhale, extend out. Bring it in. But just go with your breath. So it's sort of like you're just sliding along, but your work is try and keep your torso stable. That's it. Last one. Good. Okay, and that is enough. Take a little pause. You can sit however you want. Roll out your wrists for a moment. That was quite a bit for the wrists. You can come into child's pose if you prefer. Yeah. So those deep back muscles, those multifidus muscles, they fire when we're off balance, but the body has the ability to come into balance. So that's why opposite leg, opposite arm movements are kind of like the perfect ones. We're going to do another set of those too when we come to standing, just so you know that you have different ways you can do it. Let's move towards standing. Yeah. Come through downward facing dog if you like. You don't need to. If you prefer to come up through standing in another way, you're absolutely welcome to. If you don't do downward facing dog on the mat, I don't really spend a lot of time on that. You can grab your chair and you can do downward facing dog on the chair. So we're just transitioning right now. We're just transitioning. If you're already upright, you can grab your chair and do a little down dog with me. Let's take another couple of breaths. You can even wag your tail if you're in down dog. Good. You got it. Excellent. And then let's come to a standing forward fold. So hands come onto the thighs, elbows out to the side, knees are bent. As you inhale, come on up part way. As you exhale, roll those shoulders back. Now we're going to come through our chair pose. So sink down with your bum, lift up with the chest, arms can come in front. Take another breath. And then as you're ready, come all the way up. Press through the feet. Come all the way up. Inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Okay, have a little bit of a shakeout. Now we're going to roll at our feet. So grab your massage ball or dowel, whatever you prefer. This is another thing that can be super helpful if you have back pain, sciatica, including in this. And the reason for that is when we roll out the feet, when we massage them, essentially. I mean, you could go and get a massage by a person every day or use a ball. One is more accessible than the other. It releases the fascia, the connective tissue along the back of the leg, into the low back, into the upper back, actually all the way up into the back of the neck. So any of us with any pain in what we could call the back body can be released by foot rolling. And I believe that's all of us, isn't it? Don't all of us have some pain in the back body? Yeah. Now let's go into the heel. So this is our bone density building bone, toes on the ground, 3 breaths. And again. Good. And one more. Good. And then roll on up. Come into the center of the foot. And this is great for our hip health. Try and draw just a little tiny circle. A little tiny circle. Yeah. You can hang on to your chair. I do. Take another breath. Good. And now we'll go into our mobility. So ball underneath the toes, just a little slide from side to side. So you might be able to feel or see the toes and the bones attached to the toes, the metatarsals move just a little bit. Good. Take another breath. You got it. Okay, now I'm going to stand on our own 2 feet. So ball just slightly off to the side. Look straight ahead, chin level to the ground, shoulders roll up back and down. As you're ready, lift the arms right up over your head. See if you can touch the fingers. And then we'll just do a little lean over to one side. Come back up. A little lean over to the other side. Come back up. Reach up tall, 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 tall. Press down through feet. Reach up through arms. And then exhale, arms down. All right, let's do the other side. So you can still hang on to the chair, grab the ball or the dowel, start to roll out your other foot. Yeah, good. Now you can do this seated in a chair as well. So on those days where you're feeling more pain, say more pain in the back, more pain in the neck, know that you can do this sat in a chair. You don't need to be standing, and you have the exact same benefits. Let's bring that ball underneath the heel. Let's take our 3 breaths. And again. Good. And again. Okay. And then roll on up. Take the ball in the center of the foot, and we'll just try those little circles. So like you're drawing a little circle around the ball with your foot. And that actually massages the thigh bone, the femur bone, and the hip socket. So great for our hip health. And we can switch directions. Yeah, good. And then let's go into our beautiful toe knuckles. So little rolling side to side. And you can feel perhaps a little bit of that movement in the foot. You got it. Take another breath just as you are. Good. Okay, now roll the ball or the dowel safely off your mat. So we're not using it for now. And then we'll work a little bit with our balance, with our foot awareness. So you can have a chair nearby for just to hang on to, or just to have if you do find you need to hang on to it. Now, important for our balance is our head position. So rather than chin up, head forward, we want chin level to the ground, shoulders rolled back and down. So where our heavy head is, that dictates where our balance goes. So we want it as much as possible over the shoulders. Okay, let's lift up all the toes. Look straight ahead. As you exhale, all the toes come down. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to come onto the tippy toes. Inhale, lift up the heels. Good. Exhale, bring them down. Again, lift up all the toes. Good. Exhale, toes down. Come onto your tippy toes. You got it. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale, lift up the toes. Exhale down. Come on to tippy toes. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, lift up the toes. Exhale down. Find your tippy toes. Good. Exhale down. Beautiful work. Okay, shake it all out. All right. Now we're going to come into our backwards chaining. For backwards chaining, we do this every class. The reason is it has been shown to help quite actually dramatically with fall prevention. Now, for setup, it goes at the top of your mat, but the top right-hand corner, so that you've got 2 of those chair legs on the mat. And then you're standing to the left of the chair. So Your right hand is on the chair. Now, chin level to the ground, shoulders roll up, back and down. Come onto your left tippy toes. And notice as you do, that right hip wants to lean out to the side. So let's draw it in so you can reach up a little taller. Yeah. And we layer on our movement. We're going to start with the first one. Inhale, lift up the knee. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. And then we bring the foot down. Exhale, foot comes down. Okay, layering on. So chin level to the ground, shoulders roll up, back and down. Come on to the left tippy toes. Draw the right hip in. Now we're going to step back after this one. Let's inhale, lift up the knee. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, big step back. Find your warrior A. Feel the foot onto the ground. Inhale, left arm lifts up. Maybe look up. Exhale, left arm comes down. And we're going to step forward and lift the knee. Inhale. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, foot comes down. Beautiful work. All right, give a little bit of a shake out. Good. So we do that because it mimics what it would feel like to catch ourselves if we're off balance, forward and back, so that we can. Let's do it the other side. So you can just shift over to the left side of your mat. Two of the chair legs on, you're standing with your left hand on the chair, chin level to the ground, shoulders roll up, back and down. Let's come on to the right, tippy toes, draw the left hip in so you can stand tall. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, foot comes down. Now, layering on. So let's again come on to the tippy toes. Draw the hip in, looking straight ahead. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, big step back, warrior A. Big step back, warrior A. Beautiful. Inhale, right arm lifts up. Maybe look up. Exhale, right arm down. You can hang on to the chair. Step forward, lift the knee. Inhale. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, foot comes down. Beautiful work. Okay, give a little bit of a shake. Now we add on. So in this next one, I'm coming to the right side again. So chair is on the right. This next one, after we come into our warrior A, we're going to find our warrior C. So this is a balance. We stay here and then bring knee in towards the chest and back 3 times. So it really gets into our glutes. Here we go. So you're standing to the left of your chair, right hand is on the chair. Shoulders roll back and down. Come on to the left tippy toes, draw that right hip in. As you're ready, inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, big step back, find your warrior A. Feel the foot onto the ground. Inhale, arm lifts up, maybe look up. Exhale, arm is down. Now look down onto the ground in front of the foot. Tip forward, lift up your back leg. Inhale, knee in towards the chest. Exhale, press it back. Inhale towards the chest. Exhale, press it back. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now, step back, find your warrior A. Feel the foot onto the ground. Inhale, lift the arm up. Maybe look up. Exhale, arm comes down. Step forward, lift the knee. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, foot comes down. Beautiful work. Good. And then shake it all out. I'm feeling much more warmed up now. Yes? All right. Take it to the left side. So you're standing to the right of your chair. Coming onto the right tippy toes, draw the left hip in, standing tall. As you're ready, inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, big step back, find your warrior A. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, right arm lowers. Now look down. Come into your warrior C, back leg up. Inhale, knee towards the chest. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, knee towards the chest. Exhale, press it back. You've got it. One more. Good. Now from here, find warrior A. Feel foot come down onto the ground. Inhale, arm lifts up. Exhale, arm comes down. Step forward, lift the knee. Inhale. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, foot comes down. Beautiful work. Have a little bit of a shakeout. If you've got some water, this would be a good time to take a little water break. Good. How's that feeling so far? Okay. Joni, I think that's a very fair assessment. that it feels like you haven't done it for 2 weeks. Yeah. Okay. Now, I told you we could do opposite arm, opposite leg movement from our back, which we do, from the table, which we did. We can also do it standing. Now, have the chair in front of you so that the back of the chair is facing you. And the reason I like to show this to you in different ways is so that you can practice this throughout the week in different ways, whatever works for you. Now, have the right toes behind you. So they're going to be on the ground just for now. Right hand stays on the chair. Opposite arm, which is the left, comes up. Now, here's the movement that we do. So we're going to inhale, lift up, and then exhale, come down. Knee comes forward. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale, exhale. Last one. Good. Okay. Bring the foot down, left leg back, right arm up. So again, our whole goal is to try and keep the torso level. Here we go. There's our inhale. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale in. Inhale, extend. Beautiful. Exhale in. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Beautiful. And exhale. You got it. Bring the foot down. Roll on out. So however we do the opposite arm, opposite leg movement, whether it's standing or on hands and knees or on our back, it's still working those same deep back muscles. But you'll notice that when we are standing, you could feel it more in your butt as well. Hey, we're getting into the glutes a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, it does cramp up. Hey. Yeah. All right. Come sit down on your chair. Good news. Take your block with you. Okay. A couple of things I'd like to do in the chair today. One is around internal rotation of the hips again. So we did that when we were on hands and knees, and we essentially did this out to the side. We're going to do that again. Take the block between your knees. Doesn't matter where you're sat in your chair, as long as you're able to have the feet onto the ground. So you can always scoop a bit more forward if you want. Now, your left leg, keep it as it is. It's not going to do anything. But your right knee, can you squeeze it into the block just a little bit and just notice what it feels like as you squeeze it in? Take your hand on your right hip and notice as you squeeze that the right knee in a little bit. Can you feel a bit in the hip? Like it's doing something, yeah? It's going to do more. Here we go. Squeeze it in and lift up, take off. That's it. And then bring it back. Let's try that again. Inhale out. Exhale back. One more. Inhale out. And exhale back. Yeah. Angela? It's hard, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. You feel it. You really feel it. Okay. Left knee is going to be the one that we just start by activating it by squeezing it in. So it gives the hip the information, oh, we're going to draw on you. Something's happening. As you're ready. Yeah, Donna, that's it. You can lift it up and then bring it back. And then lift it up and bring it back. And two more up and back. Nice, Leslie. One more up and back. Okay, and then just pause there. Any questions on that one? Why does it hurt so much more than doing it the other way? Because the pelvis is fixed here. When we're on our hands and our knees, the pelvis has the ability to kind of move even just a little bit. This is actually a much more precise movement for that internal rotation. We're also drawing on our postural muscles to keep us upright. So it is harder and the legs are already in flexion. It is overall just so much harder. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Okay, put your block down. We're going to work with our thigh strength next. So this is something we were working on before the holidays. And it is, how do we pause when getting out of a chair? So wherever you are in your chair right now, you can put the block down now. Can you scoot yourself towards the edge of the chair? And you can do a little butt scooch, and this is actually really good for your core to do this so that your bum is almost off the chair, but not quite. And then can you do a butt scooch to bring yourself back? So I like to bring my arms into it. This is really good for working our oblique muscles as well. Okay, and then we're gonna scoot forward and stay forward this time. I'm gonna scoot forward and stay forward. Okay, excellent. Now, to get ourselves out of the chair, which is essentially chair pose, we want to think about the position of our feet. See if you can slide your feet back underneath the knees a little bit, back underneath the knees a little bit. So what I mean by that is if the feet are far forward, it's going to be impossible to get yourself out of the chair. If the angle is here, it's going to be much easier. Now, back long, tall, straight. Lean forward from the hips. Press the hands onto the thighs. And you're just going to lift yourself up and down 3 times. Here we go. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. That's it. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. You got it. One more. Good. Okay, fantastic work. Fantastic work. Here we go. Okay, we're going to add in more. Now, as we lift ourselves up this time, what I'd like you to do is cross your arms in front of you. So this is that real test of, okay, the arms aren't involved at all. We're only using our core strength. So feet scoot back, tall, long spine, lean forward, press through the feet. Inhale, lift up, chair. Exhale, bring yourself down. Try that again. Inhale, lift up. Good. Exhale, down. Now this time we're going to hold for 3 breaths. It's going to be amazing. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale to hold. Stay there. Inhale. Exhale to hold. Inhale. Exhale to hold. Super slow. Bring yourself down. Bring down, down, down so you can feel the edge of the chair and then come all the way down. Celebrate your success, the strength of your quads. That is one of the big indicators around longevity is our ability to get ourselves up and down independently without using our hands. So if we were all just doing an assessment of that, you just did great. Okay, we're going to do one more, and this is coming all the way up and down. Cross your arms the opposite way. So the only way I can do that is I do what's natural, and then I switch. Yeah, Donna's already here. We'll catch up with you, Donna. Okay, slide your knees back. Slide the feet back a little bit. You're at the edge of the chair. Now, what we're going to do is come into the pause where we come here. Then we're going to go all the way up. And then we're going to pause. And then we're going to come back down. It's going to be amazing. Here we go. So take a breath to inhale. Exhale, lean forward, lift up. Good. Inhale, come on up. All the way up. Exhale, back to your chair. Good. Inhale, set back. Exhale there. Okay, again, inhale. Exhale, lean forward, pause. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, back to your chair. Good. And then inhale here. Exhale, pause. Last one. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, lean forward, pause in your chair. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, find your chair. Good. And then lean into your chair. Come all the way down. Good. Release your arms. Wonderful work. That was great. Go ahead and give yourself a little bit of a shake. All right, my friends. That feels like enough. You can take your chair out of the way. We're not going to do cleaning of the floor today, Joni. No. Yvonne, it doesn't actually mean that I make you clean the floor. We do this thing with a cloth underneath, or not today, but we will in the future. Great. Okay. We're going to make our way down to the ground. You can either get down there however you want, or you can flow with me if you'd like to flow with me. I'm coming up towards the top of the mat, hands at the heart. On the inhale, arms lift up. On the exhale, dive forward, hinge at your hips. Inhale, come on up partway. Good. Exhale, come on back down. Now, please make your way into tabletop. So you're going to bring one knee back and the other knee back. And then come into a couple of those lovely spinal waves that we did before. So the rounding and the arching of the back. Yeah. Beautiful. Good. Yes. Lovely. And then from there, I'm going to come into a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a rest. You can choose either child's pose, coming back, or if you prefer, you can come all the way down onto your tummy. So you decide what feels better, all the way down onto the tummy or child's pose. Doesn't matter what it is. You're choosing what's best for you. Good. Good. And then just give yourself a little time for pause, for rest after the work that we've done. Drawing your awareness to breath. Good. Might feel good to roll the head a little bit from side to side. Or if you're on your tummy, you can even wag the legs, bend the knees and then let the lower legs roll from side to side. Totally up to you. Yeah, beautiful. Good. Let's take, please, another 2 full breaths there, however you are. Another 2 full breaths, just as you are. Wonderful. Good. Now, those of us who are in child's pose, please make your way all the way to the tummy. Those of you on your tummy, you're in the perfect place. You don't need to do anything. You're already in the right place. There is one more variation of opposite arm, opposite leg movement that we could do. Yeah, on our tummy. And that's what we're doing. You got it. Absolutely. So on your tummy, please extend your right arm forward so you have your fingertips on the ground, but you can have the wrist lifted. And then bring the left arm behind you. Now, this left arm, 2 choices. You can either have the back of the palm resting on the mat, or you can bend the elbow so you have the back of the hand on the low back. So do whatever is best for you. Huh? Now we're going to lift up here, left leg, right arm, head, and chest. As you're ready, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower down. You got it. We're doing 3. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Good. Last one. This time to hold. So we inhale up. Exhale partway down. Pause there. Roll the shoulder back. Tuck the chin. Take another full breath just as you are. Good. And then exhale. Come all the way down. Crisscross your forearms. Turn your cheek to one side. Bend the knees. And then do your windshield wiper knees here. Good. Now we're going to come on to the other side. So legs long. Left arm forward, fingertips tented. Right arm, you can either have the back of the hand on the mat or bend the elbow to bring the back of the hand to the low back, your choice. So we're lifting up left arm, right leg, head and torso. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. We're doing 3. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. This one to hold, so we inhale up. On the exhale, come partway down and pause. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the chin. Take one more full breath just as you are. Good. Please come all the way down. Crisscross your forearms. Once again, you can turn your cheek to the other side. And then lower legs just sway from side to side. Yeah, beautiful. Now, you're welcome, as always, to stay here for a few more breaths. Or if you want a bit more of a stretch for your back after that work, you can slide your hands back, come up through hands and knees for child's pose, or hands and knees for downward facing dog. And this is the last movement of this sort that we'll be doing in class today. You decide for you what feels best. We've got our choices. You choose what you prefer. Yeah, beautiful. Good. You might nod your head or shake from side to side. Do the same thing with the hips, a little shaking, rolling. Good. Let's take one more full breath just as you are. Yeah, good. Lovely. And then go ahead, bring yourself down. If you're in down dog, you can roll yourself up if you're in child's pose or on your tummy. Good. And we're going to do one more thing from a seated position, and then we'll be lying down. Now you can sit however you want. So I'm cross-legged, but that doesn't work for all hips. If it doesn't work for yours, please don't sit like that. Just get comfy, comfy, cozy. Okay. Now, hands is something I'd like to work with. So we're going to start with first a little bit of palms together. So this is our prayer position. We're going to curl the fingers down until we get the backs of the hands together. And then we're going to turn them up. And then we're going to bring them back, palms together. So try that again. Curl fingers down. And then we can lift them up. And then we can bring them back together. Let's breathe. Let's inhale, curl, fingers down. Exhale, up. And inhale back together. Try that again. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. One more. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And then go ahead, just give yourself a little bit of a shake. So whenever we do hand release, there's been a lot of sort of extra symptoms of hand arthritis, hey, in the last couple of months, have you found? Yeah. Doesn't truly matter. I mean, you can do any variation of that. Honestly, anything that you do with your hands is going to be helpful for arthritis. Arthritis is an inflammatory condition. And so if we do anything to get circulation to the fingers, it's going to be really helpful. You might also notice even just now, oh yeah, they're a little warmer. Linda, it's like you know where I'm going. Was she already doing it? Oh, okay, both of you. All right, we're going to do twiddle fingers. I didn't know. She's on my blind side. I can't see out of this eye. I should have known. Okay, we're going to do what my mom was doing, which is twiddle fingers. So we start with all the fingers together, and then you're just going to let your thumbs just fly around. And so they're just twiddling in one direction, and they're twiddling in the other direction. If we could somehow attach a power source to your twiddle fingers, Mom, we could have an engine. She's been doing this for 15 years, right? You started doing it when Zabby was a baby. Yeah. She used to hold my baby son on her lap when I taught yoga at Oak Bay Lodge to the residents there. And she would hold the baby and do this at the same time. She's a very good multitasker. You'd think you can't hold him at what? Because it's so big. Okay, thumbs together. Nudge the next ones. Now, everything after the thumbs is hard. So let's just recognize that. And then you're going to do your very, very best. Yeah, Yvonne, you got it. To roll them around in one direction and the other direction. And this is not about perfection. This is about some movement. It's so good for these joints and the fingers. And breathing makes it even better. So just for fun, take a breath. Okay, bring those together. Middle fingers is getting a little trickier. It's getting a little trickier. So nudge them so they know who they are. And then do your very, very best to have them move in some way. Now, they might not twiddle like they did before the other ones. That's okay. You can even just tap them. Even tapping them is good. This is not only good for our body, but for our brains. Yeah, because this is our right-left brain connection. So this is actually really, really good for our brain health as well. Okay, breathe. Good. Bring those middle fingers together, nudge the rings, and same thing, they don't know who they are. They need a bit of help. You can just tap them, and that is quite enough. or you might twiddle them. Now watch your shoulders because they might have got real tense. Watch your jaw because that might have got real tense. Oh yeah, good. Okay, and then final ones, baby fingers, little tiny nudge, and then just let them play. Let them fly. There you go, Leslie. Good. And fly in the other direction. That's it. Good. Take another breath. Beautiful, Angela. Yes. Okay, and then shake it all out. That was a lot of work, hey? Ah. Okay, if you've got water, have some water. Always good to take a sip of water after we do exertion. That was a mental exertion. Okay, next we're going to twiddle our toes. I'm just kidding. We're not. That is a very advanced class. It is one I have not yet made it to. Yeah. All right, my friends, we're going to lie down. You're going to be lying down for the whole rest of the class. If you took a layer off, this might be an opportunity to put your layer back on. We're going to do a few things. We're not going straight into our rest yet. I would like you to please have your bolster nearby as well as your head support, whatever you're using for your head support, and also your thick block. Well, now that I've said it, also your ball. Have everything nearby. Lie down, give yourself a little hug, a little cuddle, or a windshield wiper knees. Reorientate yourself to the ground. Some circles with the knees or rocks back and forth might be nice. Here's something else that sometimes feels nice. Happy baby pose. Bringing the legs up, separating the knees, and reaching the arms, the hands up to the lower leg or the ankle. You're doing a little rock from side to side. You choose what feels good. Great. We're going to do a little bit more hip release. We'll do this from a back bend position. So your choice here, you can either choose to use a thick block underneath your bum, or if you want a little bit more push, you can use your bolster. So you choose what feels best for you. It's going to go underneath your bum. And this will be your support for you as you lift your legs up. Now, I've got a thick block, so when I have my hips lifted that much, I no longer need my head support, so I'm just going to bring it out of the way. That may or may not be true for you. You can choose. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a sequence with our hips here. Let's start first just by bringing those legs wide apart, just as we did before, and then back together again. So bringing them wide on the inhale and back together on the exhale. Yeah, good. Try that a couple of times. Often we find we have a little bit more hip mobility when the pelvis is lifted, not in that fixed position that it would be when we're sat. Okay, good. Now try another little movement here. How would it be to come into cobbler pose or soles of the feet together, knees out to the side? And see if that feels like sort of okay thing to explore. And then from that cobbler position, you can keep those knees bent, but bring those knees a little towards your chest so the feet are pressed away from you. And then from there, reach the legs back up. So let's try and putting that all together. So legs are up, legs are together. Inhale, bring the legs out wide. Exhale, find that cobbler pose, soles of the feet together. Inhale, bring the knees towards the chest, feet away from you. And then exhale, legs come up. Let's try that again. Inhale, out wide. Exhale, soles of the feet together, cobbler pose. Inhale, bring the knees into touch. And then exhale, straight back up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, out wide. Exhale, cobbler pose, soles of the feet together. Inhale, bring the knees together. And then exhale up. Now spend some time either going through that flow, if that felt good for you, or a little variation that you would like to try. Maybe cobbler doesn't feel so good, but you can try a different movement that does feel good. Spend a little bit of time just exploring that movement of your legs, your hips, with the hips elevated. Lots of benefits here, including nervous system regulation. So it's calming to have those legs up with the hips elevated. It's also really good for the back to have that movement of the hips. Also great for the muscles of the pelvic floor. Now, however you are, explore for a few more breaths. Movement or stillness, whatever for you feels good. I even sometimes like to bring the legs together and then just rock my pelvis in a little circle. Gives me a little massage. Good. Let's take another breath or two. Good. And we're going to come out of this slowly. Please bend one knee, place the foot flat onto the floor, take a pause. Do the same with the other. Now, other foot flat on the floor. Now you've been in this position for a while, so we just want to get back into supporting the back. Press into the heels as if you're trying to press them away from you. And that'll create a little bit of extra space in the low back. You can do that sort of 3 times, pressing heels away. Take another breath. And then go ahead, press those heels away from you so much so that you lift your bum up. Remove the support, come all the way down. If you had before removed your head support, please replace that. And then once again, either bring knees in towards the chest or do windshield wiper knees or come into happy baby pose. Coming into a position that feels good for you. A nice little release after that back bend. Now, the final thing we'll do before rest is a little bit of a hip massage. So you can have your massage ball nearby. Cross an ankle over the other. So I'm crossing my left ankle over my right knee, and then I'm placing the massage ball just in the outer part of that left buttock. And then I can just rock a little from side to side. So as I rock into the massage ball, I get more sensation. As I rock away from the massage ball, I get less sensation. If you find the massage ball doesn't feel good for you to use, don't use it. For some of us, it's just a little bit too much feedback. Yeah. And in fact, just this movement of figure 4 and rocking from side to side can be so good for the back. It's a great release for the piriformis muscle. And I didn't speak about it earlier, but that's that one in the side butt that tracks right over the sciatic nerve, over that sciatic notch. So when we release the piriformis muscle, it can also really, really help to take pressure off the sciatic nerve. Yeah, so we're just rocking a little side to side. If you want to get into the upper back a bit more, you can try cactus arms out to the side as you rock from side to side. And that gets even more into upper back. Yeah, and then as you're ready, you can switch sides. Same thing, you can for sure do those cactus arms if you want, or arms out to the side. So you rock side to side, up to you whether or not you use that massage ball or not. Most important is you're working in a way that feels safe and comfortable and pleasurable for you. As we guide ourselves very gently toward our rest, toward our Shavasana. Yeah, good. So take your time with this massage, with this release. The only thing we'll be doing next is our rest, is our Shavasana. I'll just close this here. Now for Shavasana, I encourage you, if you do have another layer, to put that on so you're nice and cozy. Positions for Shavasana, really anything that feels good for you. If you liked that heart bend that we did before, you might choose that. If you've got low back pain, legs on a chair is one of the best ways to really relieve that pressure on the low back. If you want to have your legs on a chair, you just raise your hand, and I'm very happy to come around and set that up for you. Put this on top. You're welcome. Good. Great. So I'm just taking a little look around. Judy, excellent. I see you, my friend. Angela, I'll come right back. We've got lots of time for our rest. The transition really gently into it. Good. There you go. I'll turn off this light too. Good. Make sure that your head is supported, whatever position that you're choosing. And we have the head in a position where the chin is just ever so slightly tucked in. It can release both neck, low back pain, and also increase a sense of calm. I'm just taking a little look around the studio. If there's anything at all that you need, that you'd like, that you don't have, please raise your hand. I'm very happy to come around. Let's take some time with our breath here. So nice full breath in through the nose. Nice full breath out the mouth. Let it go. Do that a few times. Full breath in and full breath out. See if you might be able to do just a little scan through the body here to invite in even a little bit more comfort or relaxation. So, for example, you might draw your awareness to the jaw. Bring the tip of the tongue perhaps to either the roof of the mouth or the back of the top row of teeth. Allowing that lower jaw to slacken downward. A spacious quality to come inside the mouth. And feel again how it is that breath moves just as you are here. Breath flowing up and down the body. Breath flowing in and out of the body. Let's take another few full breaths. Another few full breaths, just exactly as you are. And then as you feel ready, we can start that process very slow, very gentle, coming back into the body, of waking ourselves. Start first with a little movement through fingers and toes, through ankles, through wrists. Maybe letting the head roll a little bit from side to side. And then as you feel ready in your own time, invite in a nice big long stretch. So you can reach the arms right up over your head. Maybe a nice yawn comes in again. And then from there, you might gather the knees in towards your chest for a little hug. And then let's transition slowly. So gently rolling yourself over to one side for a couple of breaths. And then as you feel ready, go ahead and push yourself up. Come meet me in a comfortable position. You can sit any way that you like. Invitation to either have palms face down on the lap or palms together at the heart. Eyes can close. And let's close our practice with 3 shared breaths. So first exhale and release the breath. Let it go. Inhale, breathe deep into the space of the heart. Exhale, soft sigh out the mouth. Let it go. Again, inhale into the heart. Exhale out the mouth. And one more breath, just like that. You softly bow your head over your fingertips. Here, symbolically releasing the thoughts of the mind into the space of the heart. So infusing all thoughts with the qualities of the heart: love, compassion, and forgiveness. Let's take another breath, lifting the heart to the mind. And then as you exhale, slowly peel open the eyes, softly lift your gaze. Thank you for sharing your practice today. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming today. Welcome back. Good to get back at it.